has there been an example where like Tom, the broker's come to you and is like, you showed me this AI, you showed me that caller one. That always one sticks with me where you do like a live phone
Yep.
call.
Yep.
So cool. Yeah, for people listening, it's literally a live phone call with like a robot and it sounds so real. It's crazy. Have you heard anyone who said, I tried that, I implemented it, and I got a lead out of it, or like this like very meaningful impact has happened? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm
Yeah.
just curious. I think a lot of people listening are like, yeah, I saw the presentation. I'm kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting to see, what shakes out, like we were saying. Do you have any like specific examples of people who just jumped in and are like seeing results?
Yeah, no, for sure. So great point, Tom. So I'll tell you what, I mean, from my understanding, I don't follow up with everybody, but
Sure.
90% of people will, take notes, be rigorous about it, go home and do nothing, right? And I think that's kind of the
Yeah.
standard. But the
Yeah.
ones that do, and I'll tell you a true story. So that calling one, there's a broker I was chatting with a couple weeks ago, and he took a list of dead leads, probably from 2018, and
Okay.
about 500 or 600 of them, fed them into this AI dialer that started to call in and basically, book appointments or even take applications. And he was able to get a substantial number of applications, and now subsequently they're turning into deals. And the
Wow.
cost has been absurdly low. We're talking about under $100 to get all
Yeah.
these deals in the door, and an old list that would have been in your trash bin, right? So I'm not saying everyone's going to have that type of success, but that's the cost of not trying.
Yeah.
The cost of doing nothing, you get excited, you see a little webinar, take some notes or whatever. But again, like, what's the cost of a closed mind? I firmly believe that those that are early adopters, they may not see success right away. Like we said, Tom, like, you might
No.
not benefit from having a website or a landing page or these auto dialers or social content or whatever. As we know, a lot of these things are long tail. There is no secret red pill that you take and your business just doubles overnight. At least I haven't found it yet.
Yeah, if you do, send some my way. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it on a
Yeah.
subscription model soon. But what there is the cost of not experimenting and not trying, right? Because
Yeah.
if you're trying and you're learning, every failure is a lesson, right? So you may have tried that auto dialer and it doesn't work, but the next time around, the next iteration gets better, and there you go,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
that's how people gain competitive advantage. That's when paradigms shift, and those that are still sitting saying, well, I'm happy with the old school way of doing things and I don't want to change, slowly
Hmm.
diminish into kind of irrelevance, hate to say it. And those
Yeah.
that do have the tools, right? So, that's why we call it the AI powered brokers, because I don't believe brokers are going away. I think brokers are providing tremendous value. But will your role morph into more of an advisor and a counselor and a consultant for people that really need to make some very viable financial decisions, or probably some of the biggest decisions of their lives? Yeah, it will
Yeah.
morph. And if you're able to automate some of the back end of, collecting all the paperwork and mowing through bank statements for, 15
Yeah.
hours a day, you could probably grow your business and do a lot more. And finally, you have the tools to do that, right?
The analogy I always use is like email, right? I think that, it's kind of funny saying it now, but, chatting with folks in the industry who went through that transition, people were terrified of email in the dot com. He said, me as a broker, what I do is I do all those things that email, quote unquote, is supposed to, replace us for, right? I would go and I'd drive to the broker's house and I'd have that conversation and then they'd sign the thing and then I'd take the commitment and I'd go to my office and I'd fax it and the lender would get it and then I'd get a fax back and then I'd drive back to the borrower and I do that. And now there's this email thing that I can just do all of that in a couple clicks, like we're toast, right? And of course, here we are in 2024, no one's toast. But I think what did happen is the people who adopted it probably early got more of the market, right? That's just what it is.
Yeah,
The really, really good brokers were able to do a lot more. And then the people who were reluctant, who never adopted it. I mean, I don't know any brokers right now who don't use email. Maybe you do, but I don't know any off the top of my
yeah,
head. And I think that's the same thing here is that I think just, with more tools means the best of the best are going to bubble to the top and the people who are unwilling to adopt it might not have the job in 5 to 10 years. So I think we'll see, but that's my hypothesis and
sure.
we'll see how it goes. Yeah.